amazing artist. How are you doing today? I have had a wonderful day, and I have been thinking about fall guys. I know they're so fun, and everybody's loving them. I'm loving them. My kids love them. And even if you don't play the crazy little game, the creatures are so cute. So I thought we would do another one, and this is the Dinosaur fall guy. Yes, he's a dinosaur, but he's the cutest dinosaur you've ever seen. He's kind of hilarious. So, are you feeling up to it? It's not a hard one. It's a little bit harder than the basic fall guy, but you got this. You're amazing. And, you know, if it turns out a little funny in some spot, don't worry about it. They're supposed to be funny and a little bit kooky and a little bit crazy. So we got this. We got it. You got it. Let's go. Are you ready? All right, you're going to need a pencil, an eraser, a Sharpie, or a marker or a pen. And if you don't have one, don't worry about it. You can always go back darker there. And I'm going to use crayons again because I love them, but you can use anything to color with that you have, okay? All right. You can also use a plain marker if you don't have a Sharpie. Let's rock and roll. Are you ready to rock and roll? Yeah! I think I need a dance break. Wait, we'll dance break in a minute. Let's get the hard part done first. Then it'll be dance break time, okay? I'm kind of feeling a dance break today. All right, now we're going to start by finding, I've got dirt on my paper. Let's find the middle of our paper, all right? And in the middle, you know what? Let's start with the head. So in the middle, let's make a little face spot. There it is. Hello. That's going to be his little face. So on that little face, get your two eyes. Now notice they're down low. Now in some of the other videos I've shown, you can draw a line halfway through if you want to make sure your eyes stay below that line, okay? So that's helpful if you want to do that. Now this is a little bit weird through here. It's a little bit tricky, but you got this, okay? This line, if you come over from this side of the head a little bit and you come up and curve out, okay? And then here you're going to come down and curve down like that. It's a little weird, but you can do that, right? We kind of came up and curved out, and then we kind of came out. This is his belly, actually, so we kind of made a little bit of a fat belly curve right there. And that's that, okay? Now, on the other side, we're going to come, that was close, right? So on this side, we're going to come over. See how wide his little head is? We're going to come over about that wide, okay? And we're going to come up, and we're going to come down to about there. So do you see how that line, but do you see how we skipped over to there? It's a little tricky right there, but you got it. If you need to pause and look again, or if you need to erase, it's okay. But notice this line came up a little higher. And if you don't have it in the right spot, it doesn't matter, because when we connect the top of the head and everything, it's all gonna fit in there. But let's come back over here where we came up and out a little. This is actually the bottom of the mouth. So we're now going to come up, it's like the bottom of his little mouth, and over like that. Is that not the craziest little curve of a line? It goes up and then curves again. Up, down, up. All right, that's the bottom of his jaw, okay? Now, we're gonna come up with his nose and back over his head. So right here, we're gonna come up, and then we're gonna be coming down a little. Do you see that? We kind of traced that. Do you see how we kind of followed that line? So here we went up, down, up. We came up his snout, and then we're going up, down, up, just a little. Kind of follows that same shape. You got this. Actually, that was the hardest part. So now it's time for some fun. Get the eyeball on there. Now, this is the side of his head, so we're only going to see one eyeball, all right? So back here where we got the back of his head. Notice how mine didn't connect there. Doesn't matter, because we're going to put a big eyeball there. If yours connect, don't worry. We can erase part out, or it can be right inside the head. But right here where it curves up, I'm going to curve it back down like that. It's going to connect to back there. And then I'm going to put an eyeball right there. Now notice I did not touch the top because I'm going to put an oval right there. And look what that turns into. An eyebrow that comes down. Okay? So I've got my eyeball. I'm going to make it a little wider because my eyeball really kind of makes the back of the head there. Okay? Now, what else would be cute? Teeth. Yeah, you guessed it. So right here, let's come up with a tall one in the back. And then a little shorter one. He's got teeth coming out. It's called an underbite when your teeth from the bottom stick out. If your teeth from the top stick out, that's called an overbite, like rabbits. You know, they do that. But when you got it like crocodiles off and you see the teeth come up from the bottom, that's an underbite. And our little dinosaur's got an underbite with his teeth sticking up. So cute. All right, next, he's got a nose hole. We see one nose hole and it's right here. And it goes right here. A little oval. You got that, right? Just a little oval. That's his nostril. And we just see it on that side. Now he looks a little tall and weird, but that's because his little arms haven't come out yet. But first we're going to bring around the bottom of his shirt. So watch this. See how we stopped here? Now and honestly, I came down a little far. So let's bring this around to there. Do you see how that curves up? Just kind of curves. Now, I didn't touch it. I should have connected it there, but I didn't. But I'm just going to erase and pretend like I matched it up. Okay? Now, his little shirt actually has a little round spot at the bottom. So we're just going to kind of go bump. And we're going to kind of go bump right there. See that? Just kind of bumps. Well, I kind of got really dark right there. It kind of comes bump. And then that goes there. And then right here, I'm going to erase out that first line I had because my shirt bumps right there. See how it bumps and then goes? And then for fun, we're going to have a little line that just kind of curves around. There you go. See how it's just kind of coming around? Just a little bit of a little accent line showing where his little shirt turns. And see how it's curving around there? I keep messing with mine trying to get it straight. I don't want it straight, but curved, okay? Now, you ready? Arm time. Okay, so there's an arm coming out over here. So right here where this was coming, if you come above, and we're going to make like almost an oval, but it's going to come off the edge. Do you see that? See how that oval kind of came out? Right down from the top, right there. And then up from here it comes like that. So you see how this one kind of came down a little, and this one came from inside a bit. It's going to come out and curve. And then from right here, it's coming over and curving. Honestly, I made mine too long. So if yours is long, that's okay. He's just wiggling a little more, but I'm going to curve it a little before. Do you see that? I made it a little shorter. There you go. Now, this next part is not tricky, but you need to pay attention because we're going to curve this line because his arm is round. So we're not just going to cut it off straight. We're going to curve it like that. You see how that? And then we're going to double that line. And then we're going to do 2 more of those little bumps like we did here. We're going to bump here and there. And that's it. He's like doing this. Right? Cute. All right. Now he's got claws coming out of there. So from right here, we're going to come down and go like that. And it's going to come up. And then another claw, and then it just comes up. And that's really about it. You can add a little claw at the end, like a little sharply claw right there if you want. I'm going to clean up my lines right there because I've got a little eraser that needs to come off. And that's it. He's just got 2 little hands that come down that have claws, 2 little finger notches that you see on that side. Now, on the other side, we're going to come across. And right about here, so you look at where the bottom of his little head, right about here and here is where his little arm's going to come up from over here. And it's going to come up and curve. And this one's going to come up and curve like that. And then again, we're going to have that little line that comes like that. That's his little cuff. And this time I curved it this way. Do you see? And that's okay. Are you with me? If you need to rewind, feel free. arms and legs and claws sometimes take a little longer. So if you're rewinding, don't worry. I'm sure there's lots of people rewinding. No problem. We need some claws. The claw. Okay, so we're going to come up on the left and up on the right. And this one's going to come down like that. Do you see? Now we're going to kind of come bump, bump, bump. 3 bumps over. Actually, yeah, but we want it to end where this little guy comes down. So bump, 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 and then we've got that one. So this little claw kind of turns into the thumb, right? And these other ones just bump. Now, I know that doesn't look like a claw because those are his knuckles and his little claws. Do you hear that ambulance? Goodness. It's noisy out here tonight, isn't it? Earlier, my kitty cat was meowing a lot. You never know what you're going to get, right? All right. So these are the tops of the knuckles and the little claws are coming down. So here's one that has a claw like that. Now these, you're going to see a little curve, see how I made a little curve? And then the claw is coming down like that. Do you see that? That's what kind of shows that it's curving over. See how that makes it look like it's coming over? So if you do that, it makes it look like he's doing that, and the other hand's like that. Got it? Cool. So exciting. Now, his little body, his little bottom is easy. It's like a letter U. So starting right here at his front, you're going to come and go. He's kind of dancing. So he's kind of swirling back to the back, and then he comes up. See how he's kind of going, woo, this way, like he's got his little bottom out. His arms are doing their thing, and then we're going to have his little dancing feet coming down, okay? Or running feet, or whatever it is he's doing. Now, this side is closer than that side, so this little foot on right here is going to be bigger. So we're going to start with 2 like that. And we're going to come down the back and then curve, and the front's going to kind of come like that. And then right here, we're going to make 3 bumps. Do you see? Now, I know that looks a little weird, but that's because we're going to put a big claw there, a big claw there, a big claw there. Now, the only 2 that didn't touch were right there, and I'm just going to connect them. You see how his little claws are hanging down? So you come out and then down, and this one doesn't bend as much. And then just make, now they're not real curved, just little curves right here. 1, 2, 3, and then that just add triangles, and bada boom, bada bing, you got a foot with some claws for toes. All right, the next foot is smaller because it's behind and it's a little simpler. So let's come over from this one to about here, and we're going to come down about that far, okay? And then we're going to have our 3 little bumps again. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Do you see those? And the claws are smaller because they're further away, right? So you guessed it. Get your 3 little claws. So he's kind of doing a little, he's kind of got his little toes going in like that because he's just dancing and or running or whatever. He looks like he's dancing to me. What do you think? Speaking of dancing, it's time for a dance break, right? All right, what are we going to do? How do you like to dance? I don't even have any music going today. Let's do some, oh my word, let's do the happy wiggle. Are you ready? Okay, now, this is a fabulous thing to do. If you're ever feeling angry or frustrated or anything, if you're feeling just not good and you need to laugh or you need to feel happy, you do this happy wiggle, and I promise you cannot be anything but happy. I learned it. I wish I could remember the person's name, but I was watching a woman give a talk, and she was fabulous, and she taught this to me. And she says you just kind of think from your forehead to your fanny, or I like to think from my forehead right down to my belly button, and you just wiggle. You kind of be like a little worm, and you just kind of wiggle from your forehead to your fanny. And you know what? You can walk around like that and just wiggle. Can you do it? Oh my goodness, it's crazy. But you can't help but smile when you're doing things with the wiggle. I think call it the worm. It's kind of wiggly. So, can you do it? Are you doing it, or are you just watching me do it? Come on now. Let's wiggle. Let's breathe while we wiggle. In for 4 and out. So I can't even breathe when I'm wiggling because it's making me laugh. It feels so good. Does it work for you? Are you laughing? Does it make you? Okay, now, if you add a walk to it, which I can't do, I'll be out of the way. But if you add a walk to your wiggle and your little wormy wiggle, it's funny. And maybe if you get several of you walking in a wiggle together in a line, that's funny too. So I know this seems really silly, but next time you're feeling blue or sad or just anxious or a little uptight or things just aren't perfect or just not feeling, sometimes we just feel off and we don't even know, we can't even put a word to it. We just don't, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm all right. But you're not feeling awesome? You're just feeling okay? Go do that in front of a mirror and make faces at yourself and do the wiggle, and it'll start to get you, and it may get your blood circulating too, and it gets you feeling good. So, or go get your mom or dad or guardian or granny or whoever, or your brother, your sister, and say, come on, I need a wiggle walk. I need a wiggle walk right now. And go do it. It's so fun. I promise. It's silly. I look like a cuckoo bird up here doing it for you, but it's fun and it feels good. And I feel so energized now. And guess what? Just in time, because it's Sharpie time. All right. Now, I'll speed this part up so you can watch me go like really fast. And if you need to pause, pause. If you're done and you're bored, speed me up. That's the beauty of video, right? I'll see you in a sec. Okay. How's your dinosaur fall guy? I'm pretty happy with mine. My little dude looks really happy, like he's just skipping along and having a good time. Maybe he's doing the wiggle walk. What do you think? Maybe he is. He looks pretty happy. I'm going to look that up and I'll put it in the comments if I can remember where I learned that. I feel bad that I can't say the name of the wonderful woman who told me about that, but I can't remember. So I'll try to put it in the comments. I love it. Now, I'm going to color mine. I'm going to use crayons. I've already picked out a few here. I'm going to be using some yellows and greens, a little red, and the only reason I picked these is because this is the colors they use on the video game. You can make yours whatever color you want, okay? You don't have to make it just like me or just like the video game, okay? You have a creative license and you can do whatever you like on your piece of art, okay? Now, I'm going to go zoop, super fast, and I'll see you back in a second. Hey, how's your dinosaur fall guy? I wanted to take a moment because I forgot to show you something a minute ago. I wanted to make my eyebrow black with my Sharpie. I think that makes him look a little bit fierce and cute. And then I decided I wanted to make his nostril black. Now you could use a pencil or a crayon or whatever, but I just wanted to show you that part. And then I also wanted to show you how I just happened to color mine just like the video game. You can color yours however you want. And if you were feeling a little advanced, you can notice that on the back side of his bottom, I shaded with a little bit of the darker green. And I also put a little bit of the darker green down at the bottom of his lips and let the top of his little nose be lighter, like if a light was coming from above. If you want to do that, you can. I also kind of made the top of his little belly shirt a little lighter yellow and shaded a little bit there, but you don't have to do that. You can just color him straight however you want and flat, as this is not a perspective drawing. It's not a 3D type drawing, but it's fun to add little bits of shadow and shade if you know how or if you're learning. And I like to always show you that in case you want to try it and add it, or you're a little older or you're feeling a little advanced today. Sometimes I want to challenge myself a little bit more on some days, and some days I just want to color for fun and I might just make the whole thing polka dots. Speaking of that, the book called The Dot is an awesome book talking about dots and painting and or drawing and just making your mark in the world. So if you haven't read that book, I recommend that one. That's a good one to go check out and read. All right. I hope you enjoyed making your dinosaur fall guy as much as I did. I'm wondering now if maybe he's an alligator fall guy or a crocodile fall guy. I think he still looks kind of like a dinosaur, but who knows? He kind of has a lot of alligator or crocodile characteristics too, doesn't he? The main thing that matters is that it was fun and that you had a good time. And whether yours looks more like a dino or a crocodile or an alligator or a Looney Tune, I don't know. As I'm sure it's cute, and I'm sure that you have stretched yourself and learned a lot today. So that's what matters. I want you to also remember to draw something every day, anything at all. I've talked before about the timer trick. If you don't feel like doing it, just set a little timer and see if you can lose yourself in your drawing. And then when that timer goes off, you're like, oh, I want to do more. I can't believe that 5 minutes or 15 minutes has passed. Try it, okay? The other thing is, when you're doing that and you're drawing something every day, if you have a little notebook that you're drawing in, a sketchbook would be great. If you don't have one, a spiral notebook is great. Just anything. Take the time to write something that you're grateful for every day too. What are you grateful for today? I'm grateful. I had a great lunch with my family today. They came and picked me up and took me to get food, and we came back and we all ate lunch together in my art studio, and it was wonderful. I'm really grateful for that time. I was working today and they came and got me and took me on a little excursion and then came and ate with me. It was wonderful. I'm grateful for that moment and that time. You know what else I'm grateful for? You being here with me while we're drawing our really cool fall guy today. So think about what you're grateful for today and write it down. Start a little journal part of your sketchbook, or if you already keep a gratitude journal, awesome! It's amazing how much good that will do. I always keep one. I recommend everybody do it, so I hope you do it. If you don't already, start today. Today's the day. All right. I hope you've had fun. Hey, post your art in the Facebook group, on Instagram. Use the hashtag AFLB or hashtag ArtForLifeBlueprint. That way I can find it. It'll like send me a little ping and I'll know to go look for it. Or just post it right in the group. The group is Kids Art with Art for Life Blueprint. And anyone can join. If you're not a member in there yet, get in there. Get your parent or your guardian or your aunt or uncle or whoever to get in there and post your art so I can give you big claps and we can give you shout outs and really, I also put all kinds of other stuff. Special live videos go in there, and there's drawing challenges and all kinds of things I put in there too. So lots of fun for you or your parents, and they'll share it with you. And then the other thing is, you can just email me. Have them email me, have them DM me your picture, your art, because I like to make celebration videos and put your art in it too, okay? The other thing is, if there's something that you want me to do in a how to draw along in the future, have them email or post that too. And then I'm just tallying up the votes and I will put your ideas into the how to draw along videos. Deal? All right. I've had so much fun. I'm grateful for you. I'm blessed to be here with you. And I hope you had fun too. And I can't wait to see your art. Please post it so I can see. It's the only way I can see what you've done. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care until next time. Bye for now.